Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Bebop here. Today's video is going to be a quick one about the perks that you need to have for PvE and PvP and the weapon setups, stuff you want to look for to help you do more damage and have more survivability. Now, we're going to start off with the most important perk for PvE is Enchanted Ward. Negative 4% damage from light and heavy attacks. Most of the mobs are coded to do light and heavy attacks in PvE. So this is the most important perk without a doubt for any PvE content. Refreshing is also important to have. Now it's up to you to decide how important based on your role, but you can max out at 4 pieces of refreshing on your clothing. That's why I really still love the Azoth Crystal set. If you're interested in getting to tanking for a heavy set, comes with Enchanted Ward and refreshing, and then you add either a random third perk or you pick what third perk. Now the third perk usually wants to complement what your build is. So if you have a sword and shield, maybe empowering leaping strike. If you have the greatsword and your greatsword tanking, then relentless freedom can help you get unrooted from being rooted through nature or ice mutations. So you want to have something that complements your build. Here's another example. Enchanted Ward health is also good. It's universally good throughout PvP and PvE. It just basically can go with any build. But empowering leaping strike right here will help you do more damage to those that you hit with it. So if you're tanking or if you're playing offensive in PvP, even that would help you there too. So that's what you want. You want basically a ward, either enchanted ward or elemental aversion, depending on if you're playing PvE or PvP. If you're playing PvE, once again, it's enchanted ward. If you're playing PvP, then it's elemental aversion mostly. And you still want to incorporate some enchanted ward in that, and then also a weapon perk to help either with survivability or damage, and then a third perk that you feel that you may need to help you either refreshing or health, whatever you feel is important. Now this piece right here you can get from the Glacial Tarn Glacial Tarn dungeon when it's mutated, and it's only on the mutated weeks that you'll be able to get this. You got to run an M1, 2, or 3. Same chance for it to drop in all of them. It comes with elemental aversion and enchanted ward. For PvPers, this is a huge set to have because it comes with basically the 2 wards, and then they add a third perk depending on what third perk you want. I have a couple different examples here. This one has freedom, reduces the base duration of slow stun or root by 12%. This one's invigorated, also good in PvP. Reduce the base duration of weaken, disease, exhaust, rend by 15%. Stacks up to 4 times. I have health here, and yeah, so that set will come out of Glacial Tarn. And Glacial Tarn is located right over here in Great Cleave. Boom, right there, Glacial Tarn. So whenever this dungeon goes mutated, you will be able to run this and get those pieces that you need to make it in the gypsum kiln, or you'll just get them to drop and they'll be gold. So they can come purple or gold. Also, if you're a tank, look for on your shield, you want to have something that will help you with your survivability. Fortified Shield Rush. I have also Enchanted Ward here. Thrust Shield Ward, Shield Defense. Look for a ward on your shields when you are tanking, okay, that can help you with whatever situation, whatever dungeon or hive you're going into, okay. First boss in the hive, Strike Shield Ward, and then second boss could be Slash, and last boss could be Nature. Something to help you with survivability is really good too, okay. Fortified Shield Rush is a must for any tanks, so look for that on there. Now, on the weapons, you want to have something that does a damage, right? Like a damage perk. So enchanted, vicious, disdain infliction, rogue, that kind of thing. Disdain infliction is really the standard now. It's really the only thing you want to have. It's just going to help you do more damage to every PvE mob. Enchanted for a sword and shield tank isn't bad. I got this from one of the events that we recently had, the open world bosses. Keen, Sundering Stacks, Enchanted, but if multiple people have Sundering Stacks, it will only go up to 5 stacks, so it will kind of be a dead perk if multiple people do it. Refresh move, hated, Sundering Clear Out. On this is an old school hammer. Still works to this day for tanking, but there are some better options out there for tanking. You can also go flail offhand. Now with Sundering Stacks being a thing in the game, the main spearman usually is going to have the Sundering Stacks on the spear. With the main spearman having the Sundering Stacks on the spear, you're going to have the Perforate, which is going to be 30% rend. You're going to have Sundering Stacks, 20% rend, so that's 50% rend. And then you're going to have the Void Blade doing 30%. So any added rend after that, I mean, you're almost at the cap. And let's say like an M3. So, and in the hive, so tanks, you can actually get away without going without a hammer now. You can do flail, you can do, whatever you want to, get fancy with musket, so you can do different things out there, but that's more, down the road advanced. You want to have Heartrunes, okay? Heartrunes are important. If you're a tank, cunning Heartrune stone form is really good. It's going to give you some more fortify. If you're DPS, you can look at, different damage Heartrunes like this one, but this one's really only good against corrupted. It does arcane damage, and you are 50% rented as it's charging and going off, so you can actually get knocked really easy. So I would really only use this against corrupted or the first boss down phase in the hive. On your amulet, you want some sort of protection. You need some sort of protection on every amulet. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. You need protection. Now, flame protection, strike protection, slash protection, thrust protection, whatever it is that you think you need to have this on your amulet. This is a must. If you sign up for a, hive or whatnot, they're going to look for strike protection, slash protection, nature protection, that kind of thing. Okay, it's a must. Now, if you're DPS, empowered would be really, I would almost say mandatory, and then health. So empowered, health, and some sort of protection is best for any DPS. For tanking, it could be stamina recovery, some health, or fortified to help keep your fortified going longer. It's up to you to decide depending on how you're tanking, but you need some sort of protection. I can't stress that enough. Please take note on that. On the rings, okay, keen awareness is really good to have on the rings, so have to give you more critical chance, but you can also go slash damage, thrust damage, strike damage, whatever damage type you need. If you're going to be in a situation in, let's say, PvP where you're not in power cap, then go definitely with some sort of damage on the ring. If you're going to go in PvE and you play in the hive or whatnot, typically in a pub lobby or whatnot, you're still going to want to have some sort of damage on the ring, but that's up to you. If you're with a really good group and you're going to be in power cap, then keen awareness for sure. Leeching, hardy is a must on every ring. Okay, you got to have that. That's going to help give you the extra stamina. Leeching is really good also to help you get more health back and sustainability. All right, the earrings. I need you to only have a regenerating earring if you're a tank or if you're playing PvP. Not, once again, not in PvE. This will create aggro and cause aggro swaps on the mobs or the bosses, so you don't want to do that. It's going against what your tank can do. This is only a PvP, basically a perk for PvP. That's it. Okay, now tanks, you can use that, but everybody else, don't use this in PvE. Refreshing toast is really good to help get your consumables cooldowns reduced by 10%. And you can have refreshing. I love to have nimble on my earring, which will make your stamina regen 10% faster. So look for perks like that on your earrings. So let's look at one of my main sets that I run here for the rapier. As you notice here, a chain of ward on every piece, and I have weapon perk to help additionally give more damage, the omnidirectional evade. I have enchanted ward here on the chest piece right here for the nimble coat, leeching flurry on the hands, this pants piece which is shuriken energy, refreshing, and enchanted ward. I'm 4 out of 4 refreshing on this set, so we're perfectly matched up with that. Enchanted ward and health basically on the feet here, and then we have nature protection for the nature mutated dungeons this week. I have the keen awareness, hardy, and leeching ring, and purify toast to help get out of being rooted, and this will also help you lose 1 debuff in PvP. There's nimble, the 11% stamina regen rate, and then also any dungeon that you run, let's say that's ice or nature, you want to have purifying toast or a boss fight that may root you, let's say Scylla and Laz. Purifying toast, if you get rooted, you drink your regen pot and you will be unrooted. Okay, it's just kind of a fail-safe in nature and ice weeks that will help you out and get you to moving a lot quicker. If we look at the spear setup, once again, you will see I have enchanted ward on every piece, and I have perks to help with the damage or survivability with a spear. Fortifying perforate is really good. Gain stack of fortify, increasing your armor 10% for 6 seconds, max 3 stacks, so that's really good. Refreshing enchanted ward. Also have the sandworm shirt right here with the illegal perk on it, keen, but it's got enchanted ward and shuriken energy. And then I have enchanted ward, refreshing, bleeding sweep, and then on the feet, enchanted ward, elemental aversion, and leeching cyclone. This is from the sandworm. I say illegal perk combo, medium feet. The pants have Relentless Freedom on there in case I run Greatsword. So as you see, I like to add perks. Now on these attuned leather pants, a lot of people will go health because they'll be universal. If you main a certain weapon with those pants, then I would say put on a weapon perk. But if you don't and you're switching builds all the time, then just go health. All right, hopefully that helps explain. I just want to make a quick video. Hopefully this didn't go too long. New players, welcome in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in my community Discord. I answer back all the time. Just send me a message and I'll get back to you when I can. And if you need any help with gear setups or whatnot, I'm always available. So I stream on Twitch. Feel free to see the link in the description. And I will see y'all then. Have a good one. Enjoy New World, and I'll talk to y'all later.